Hey guys, it's Aussie Expat and welcome to the Aussie Expat channel. So on this channel, I'm not talking about watches. So if you want to see watch content, that's the other channel, link down below. Anyway, so I haven't been around for a little while. It's been a while since I made a video. I just felt like giving you guys an update. Nothing's wrong, basically. I've just had a little bit of first world problems, nothing even remotely interesting, a little bit of turbulence with work, trying to do the last, bits and pieces to try go for a promo, and then handling reorgs and changes of managers. Suffice to say, that's very, very turbulent and not a lot of fun. In addition, family stuff, nothing crazy. We just got a new au pair, or at least preparing for an au pair leaving, getting a new au pair and stuff like that. That's also been a big source of, how we say, time, but not unwelcome, so showing someone new to America and so on and so forth. We're doing a few more family activities and things like that. So we're coming to the end of the year very quickly. Here we are, December, and I gotta say, this has been a really wonderful year. It hasn't been without certain challenges, but ultimately, I love my wife, and she's just a huge source of stability, and we're all firing on all cylinders, keeping it together, and we're all healthy. I can't say enough in terms of Thanksgiving that I'm healthy, my wife's healthy, my family's healthy, everything's going very, very well. Not to jinx it, just to say thanks. In terms of finance, look, the year, just crazily, despite all the headwinds, the year has turned out quite well in terms of, the stock market and portfolios and that sort of thing. I think there's a good possibility I'll be back to an all-time high within the next 30 days. We'll see. Or we could see new lows with another market crash, that could always happen too. I have been paying a lot more attention to my expenses. So I've actually been logging everything that we spend our money on, trying to look for areas that, could be cut down on without any real impact to our life. And I'm finding that a little bit difficult. It sounds very privileged, but I was looking at areas that could be cut down on, and I identified, just looking at our expenditure, that there's almost 50% of our expenditure would be very, very difficult to make any change on without it being disruptive to make the change, and then also a downgrade after we made the change. So example, rent. That could be reduced by moving to, say, a smaller place in a different area, but there'd be huge costs to do that. And, quite frankly, where we're at is working. So there's no real reason to do that apart from, say, the opportunity to get a lower rent. Bills, we don't have that much control over our bills. We're not especially wasteful or anything like that. So things like electricity and gas, I'm always trying my best to try and manage that. But, we work from home, and we've got a full family now. Every bedroom is full. So the reality is we're not going to be able to reduce heating that much, for example, or air conditioning that much, for example. In January, we're probably off contract with our phones, and I'm thinking of moving to Mint. So our au pair, we've been giving them a Mint mobile phone SIM, and quite frankly, we probably would only need to use $30 a month, and I think on a family plan it would be even less. Work does pay for the first $50 off each phone for us, but we're still paying in excess of 147, so it's $47 out of pocket each month that we could simply remove. This would come with, the only minor downside is that the T-Mobile subscription comes with a Netflix subscription, so we'd be giving that up. But that wouldn't be that significant, certainly not $47 significant. So we'll probably do that. Now, if the Samsung S23 happens to be a really bumper release or something, may consider going on contract again to get that. It sounds pretty privileged to say oh, I need a new phone after 2 years, but Honestly, there's nothing wrong with our phone. I would only do it if Samsung were offering crazy trade-ins like they were last time. So as an example, my wife got a full $800 for her phone that she'd only paid $700 for. And I got $800 for a phone I only paid $500 for. So some of the trade-in deals for these Samsungs can be lucrative enough to just say, yeah, okay, let's go on contract. Yeah, we're out of pocket a little bit more, but quite frankly, we've got kids and babies, and the photos and videos that we share are very nice. And I don't regret getting the S22s at all. Those have been fantastic. The one area that I think is easier to cut down on is definitely, say, fast food. So these are, no one needs fast food, you know what I mean? Like, it's typically food that's of quality lower than you could cook for yourself. It takes up time, it takes a lot of effort to bring the family out. In reality, the main reason we're doing it, in our case, not because we're running out of food. We've typically been okay to make sure that we've got good meals that are easy to prepare. Sometimes we just need like a little bit of a break from the house. You know, we're work from home workers, so actually going out for meals or hiking, these are the only real two reasons that the family goes out together. So it's an area that I'd like to cut down on for both our health and a little bit of saving. But at the same time, I don't think our usage is excessive. I'm thinking we do about like maybe 2 meals a week. I would classify as fast food. A very obvious one is fine dining. So sort of more upscale dining, typically what my wife and I do on date nights. And it varies whether or not we're really doing that. We started doing date nights about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, and it's been a huge improvement in our life and our relationship. And we're getting a little bit better at it. Initially, we were doing a lot of like fine dining, and we realized it was a little bit boring, a little bit monotonous, and you don't always just want like a heavy meal to quote unquote have on a date night and be romantic. So we tried to pivot that towards more recreation or events or something like that, rather than just straight up dining. That requires a little bit more creativity than just booking a restaurant, actually. So it's a tricky one. I'll try my best to refocus the date nights on things other than food, but we'll see. So I think that's an area of improvement as well. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all of my expenses, but I just wanted to let you guys know that, yeah, I'm alive, things are okay. I'm thinking about the small things at the moment, so it's not really that critical. And I hope you and your family do really well. If I don't make another video this holiday season, you guys have a happy new year and a Merry Christmas, and see you next time.